Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today let's learn idioms through a story. In the bustling town of Brightville, there was a cheerful school where children loved to learn. One day, Miss Johnson, the beloved language teacher, decided to teach her students about idioms and phrases. Good morning, class. Miss Johnson greeted her students with a smile. Today, we're going to learn something really fun, idioms and phrases. The students looked curious. Emma raised her hand. What's an idiom, Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson replied, an idiom is a special kind of phrase that doesn't mean exactly what the words say. It's like a secret code that makes language more interesting. Let me give you an example. She wrote on the board, it's raining cats and dogs. The students giggled. That sounds silly, said Jack. It can't really rain cats and dogs. Miss Johnson laughed. You're right, Jack. This idiom means that it's raining very heavily. Now, let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Tim who loved adventures. One day, he looked out the window and saw that it was raining cats and dogs. Tim's mom said, Tim, we can't go to the park today. It's raining cats and dogs. Tim was confused. But Mom, how can it rain cats and dogs? His mom smiled. It just means it's raining very hard. We use this idiom to describe a heavy rain. Miss Johnson continued. Tim learned that idioms are fun expressions that we use to make language colorful. Here's another idiom. Break the ice. She wrote it on the board. Does anyone know what it means? Emma raised her hand again. Does it mean to actually break ice? Miss Johnson shook her head. No, it means to start a conversation in a friendly way, especially when people don't know each other well. Let me tell you another part of Tim's story. The next day, Tim went to a new school. He was very nervous because he didn't know anyone. His teacher, Miss Green, noticed and decided to break the ice. She told a funny story about her cat, and soon everyone was laughing. Tim felt much better and made new friends quickly. See, Miss Johnson said, idioms can help us understand situations better. Here's one more. Piece of cake. What do you think it means? Jack guessed. Something to do with cake. Miss Johnson smiled. Close. It means something is very easy to do. For example, the math test was a piece of cake for Tim because he had studied hard. The students were excited. Idioms are so cool, said Emma. Miss Johnson nodded. They are. Now can anyone think of a sentence using an idiom? Jack raised his hand. How about I'm on cloud 9 because I got an A on my test? Excellent, Miss Johnson exclaimed. That means you're very happy. Keep an ear out for idioms and phrases in your daily life, and you'll see how fun and useful they are. The bell rang and the children left the classroom with big smiles, eager to discover more idioms and phrases in the world around them. And from that day on, the students of Brightville School enjoyed using idioms, making their conversations more colorful and fun, just like Tim in the story. Please subscribe the channel English-ology to learn more. Thank you.